I got the horse right here, the name is Paul Revere, and here's a guy that says if the weather is clear.
Hello, racing fans, and welcome back to another edition of Handicappers Corner, brought to you by the Derby Bar and Grill. I'm Mike Heads, along with Drew Forster. We're going to go through the Friday night, August 28th races at Hastings. We do have 7 races on tap. Hopefully the rains hold off. It's a beautiful, as of taping, it's beautiful out, but
nice,
I know
the weatherman is calling for it to get nasty all weekend. Actually, we could hit a sloppy track for only the second time all year, but we keep our fingers crossed. It's the P&E. It brings the rain.
I've got to blame the P&E.
What can we do about it?
That dirty P&E.
So we'll hope that it holds off, but it's not looking very good. I mean, right now it's looking good, but the forecast doesn't look very good. Before we get into the Friday night card, last Friday night had a great card. We had 6 stakes on tap. We're going to run down through 3 of them right now. We'll do 3 on the Monday show, which will be up after this one. But we're going to go back to the first race on Friday night, which was the BC Distaff, BC Cup Distaff. Only 4 mares took part in this one. Touching Promise and Locket, definitely the 2 to keep an eye on. Dossalina gets the lead here.
Blasts off to the lead, and Touching Promise leading second.
Perfect spot for
Amber
Touching
Moon
Promise,
in third, and Locket was comfortable in last. This was a mile and an eighth, and the fractions were quite comfortable, and everyone seemed pretty happy with their position throughout the race.
The first fraction was decent. That 23-1 was decent.
Yeah.
But then they go in almost 48 after that, so they did slow it down.
They slowed it down pretty good. No one's putting any pressure on anyone, and Dossalina really had things her own way here. Touching Promise her own way. Just
Amber Moon's in a good spot.
In a good
Lockett's
spot.
where she wants to be.
Dragging Richard a little here. Trying to fight her. She's really wanting to run off a little bit. But Lockett's nice and reserved at the back of the back. Yeah, I got the half in 47 and 4.
Slowed it right down. As Touching Promise again. She's
just sitting on the outside.
Right where she wants to be, sitting on the edge, seeing how much Dossalina has.
I mean, this race was missing Arabella's Muse, who is obviously the queen of the division right now. And I know all the fillies in here were very happy to see that she wasn't in the lineup. But you can see Amadeo Perez really making the lead without...
He's not asking her very much. No. Yeah, he's pretty chilly.
And Pedro's under a ride on Dossalina. Amber Moon makes a bit of a move here, but Lockett splits horses here, and this is where the race will begin, about the 3/16 pole here. Here comes Lockett shooting through, and Touching Promise has got a 3-length break here by the time they hit the head of the stretch, but she's going to need to keep running.
All of that, yeah.
And she did. She kept running, but Lockett, hats off to her. She was running because she's trying to catch a horse that's still absolutely
pretty
in
fresh,
full flight for the line, and had things pretty easy. But congratulations to Russ Bennett, Barb Heads, and Amadeo Perez is Touching Promise. Gets back in the winner's circle. Lockett, a big run to be second.
She's a great mile and an 8th horse, Lockett.
Lockett is so good. She won BC Cup last year.
Yeah.
And didn't get the pace scenario this year. You need 6 or 7 or 8 horses, at least to ensure somewhat of a pace.
If there is more gas in there,
4 horses,
Lockett's
you're guaranteed to have no pace,
Yeah.
almost. And that's what happened to Lockett. She just was the victim of a pace scenario, but she probably was the best horse, but had to settle for second. But
very good effort by those 2. As you said, take Arabella's Muse out. Those 2 are definitely the bosses.
They'll all be in. Arabella's Muse will be back. Here's our race number 2.
There's a New Westminster for 2-year-old boys, and a horse who made his first start in the on BC Cup Day stands in command, the 3-horse.
I didn't fancy this horse. I thought it ran okay. But I thought others would move forward, and I thought I really like Fear of the Cat. Look he's the 1 horse down on the inside getting shuffled back, very green, which you wouldn't think would be the case.
He's the horse I picked on BC Cup Day, and obviously thought he was going to be tough in here again.
But Capital Expense and Dashing Dawn under Janine Smith are, traveling comfort. Now 22-1, actually they rocked along pretty good.
Yeah.
Rock Concert laying 3rd, of course, impressive maiden winner. First time out, getting the pocket trip. It still doesn't have the lead. Fear of the Cat's coming up on the inside, and I don't know, I thought the horse would be laying a lot closer than that, and she kind of got shuffled back on the first turn. But Stanson Command's going to make a bold move here, coming 3 wide on the outside of Rock Concert. Dashing Dawn
runs a big race.
Looks like she's gone.
Looks like he's done. Yeah, he's the winner.
He's gone. He's the winner, Dashing Dawn, looks like. But Stanson Command has got a great kick. And this horse just comes and gobbles him up and, guzzes him right on the line. And Fear of the Cat runs third, but stands in command. Very impressive for Charlene Miller and the Scots, Rob Scott, Eagle River Gallery. Congratulations to them, as we mentioned before. That was nice to see them win. I know they've dabbled in.
Pretty nice when you got a horse who breaks his maiden in a stake, comes back, wins
a non-2 in a stake, and going to be the favorite for the futurity.
Stakes.
You know, congratulations to the Scots and Charlene Miller, and of course rider Keyshawn David Lopez.
David Lopez,
who was aboard. Stands in command, who won.
An honorable mention, of course, to Paul Caravella's Dashing.
Yeah, Dashing Dawn ran huge. But on to our next race.
On to our next one is the Hard Rock Casino. This are 2-year-old fillies. Now it's the girls' turn. And the horse to keep an eye on here, definitely the 2, See You at Eau Claire, trained by Greg Tracy, ridden by Richard Hamill. Again, stamping herself in here as the top 2-year-old filly at Hastings.
Yeah.
She's got Arbenita Rose on her outside, pressing her a little bit under Alex Marti. Hamill's on See You at Eau Claire. The 4-5 shot.
22-1. They went
That's
good fractions.
Decent, yeah.
And look how versatile she is. Like it's an intimidating position to
Not
be
a great spot to be
of a
in,
length back on the inside, and here she comes shooting through. Shows you how professional she is, and Greg does a great job with his 2-year-olds. They are professionals when they come over to the races, and this one was no different. Again, she pretty much the race is over from here. I mean, she was just toying with her competition. Six's Alley Cat's back in third. Cyclone Cindy and Snuggles is making a run in between horses. I thought Snuggles would be a little closer to the pace second time out, but she wasn't. But
that's the way she wants to run.
Yeah, I took a shot on Snuggles to beat See You at Eau Claire, but I was definitely wrong here, as See You at Eau Claire is galloping away. And
Snuggles by far second best.
No, she's rolling. She's running.
And look for her in the fantasy.
Maybe in the yeah. But congratulations to Don Denard and
Greg Tracy, Richard Hamill.
As of course, See You at Eau Claire wins the 2-year-old.
As I mentioned, definitely stamping herself as the top 2-year-old filly here.
What a nice filly. She was in some tough spots, and still, not tough spots, but still intimidating spots when you're half a length back on the inside.
That's not ideal, but
doesn't bother, but they're well seasoned, and hats off to Greg Tracy for doing it, for training. On to the Friday opener. Let's get into the Friday card, Drew. Field of 6 $4,000 fillies and mares, going 6.5 furlongs, and I ended up on the 3-horse Miss Heatheridge. I'm going to try her to win it. I thought a good runner-up effort to Clarice B, or third place tennisman Clarice B. Yeah. Prior to that, she was a runner-up to I Dig That, who also beat her last time. And I think if those 2 mares were in this race, they would be 1-9. And I just see a bit of pace, not a lot of pace, but I see Zanita Rose going out there, Miss Rose Parade, Little Miss Bean maybe setting the fractions. But Miss Heatheridge, everything since they've shortened her up, I think this has been a good move. Her last 2 races have been very good, so I'm going to try her to win it. But there's not much between her and Miss Rose Parade and the ones in Zanita Rose. Those are your 3 horses, but you're splitting hairs here. You're just hoping whichever one gets a better trip.
Yeah.
Miss Heatheridge has a bit of positional speed, might get ahead of Miss Rose Parade since she is shortening up from a mile in the 16th, and might be in a good spot. So I'll try Miss Heatheridge. I went 3-5-1.
I got the same horses. I did go with Zanita Rose. It's just been a while since Miss Heatheridge hit the winner's circle.
Yeah.
The other 2 have. I mean, they're condition races, but they've each won 2 this year. So I put Zanita Rose under Richard Hamill. He sticks with her. Nice win last time. She got a 65 buyer last time. I don't put a ton of stock in buyers, but the 65 does stand out in here. Put Miss Rose Parade in third, second, and Miss Heatheridge in for third. I went 1-5-3, and we should mention too. Welcome to Tanika Wolf Bell, new bug girl who started her career last weekend.
Yeah, she's doing lots of galloping in the mornings. Nice lady, very good hand, and hopefully she gets some wide mounts. But good
to see a new bug girl here at Hastings. On to the second, 3-year-olds and up, claiming 8,000, the non-2, non-3 category, going a mile and a 16th. I went to the 3 Katsanova out of the Barb Heads barn. Has been down at Golden Gate. In the Bay Area with Tim McCanna for all of his career. Comes up here as a 4-year-old. Did break his maiden last time in a 25,000 at Pleasanton. Those aren't soft races. Before that he had 2 seconds for 20 at Golden Gate. Again, 8 is the bottom there, but those 20s and 25s can come up quite tough. He's beating decent horses.
Right.
Comes here, goes in for 8. He's my horse. Gets Pedro Alvarado. That's my horse. I like Casanova a lot. I put Mario's win in the second spot. I know that was a 3-year-old race he ran in last time, but Legion of Boom was taking a big drop, and I thought a gritty effort by him just to get beat a length by the big dropper. Legion of Boom was coming to a stakes company. And I put Occupy Vancouver, who ran a good second behind Rebus. Was claimed that day by Jim Brown. Jim tried him once for 16, goes back in for 8, definitely fits. He's probably going to be your favorite in here. I got him in the third spot. I went 3, 2, 5. Actually, Casanova I think will be your favorite.
Yeah, he likely will. Yeah. I like Casanova too, but there are some clouds around him. He was in a couple weeks ago with scratch for 16. He was a vet scratch for 16,000. He resurfaces for 8. But still, he's in a race that he should win at a mile on the 16th. I got to go to him to win it. I put the 5 horse, Occupy. I agree with you. Occupy Vancouver looks to be the logical next choice. Kind of maybe sat a little too close to the pace last time. Just kind of ran an even race first off the claim. And I put the 4 horse Overtime. I'm going to try that one for
Unlucky
third.
loser last time is DJ Snow coming caught.
This horse has been running against some pretty good horses and had a good route race to close out last year against better horses off the top. And this horse wasn't disgraced in that mile in the 16th race last fall. So I just think the horse can go long. He's speed. He'll be sitting ahead of Occupy Vancouver and Casanova, so you might want to include that horse because Mike Chabert does a good job. So
he certainly does.
Put that horse in the mix, and he definitely figures. I went 3-5-4 in the second. On to the third race, $25,000 older horse and some classy veterans here going a mile on the 16th. I ended up on the 6 horse off the top and to give him a shot off of the second run off the lengthy layoff. He got a bit sprint run under his belt. He was kind of a derby horse last year and didn't, he ran good. He ran 4th behind Alert Bay, but obviously something's gone off the rails to cause him to not run until August. But he wasn't disgraced behind Herbie D and Richter Red. I just think he wants to route. He's not a sprinter. I like off the top, maybe just have a pace edge over Devil in Disguise and Senor Rojo. I mean, Senor Rojo and Devil in Disguise are cool horses that are classy dudes that continue to run consistent races at this level. But off the top might be a newcomer that might be
get some price.
Might get the money. I just think he has the right tactics. He has speed. He's going to be ahead of Senor Rojo. He's going to be ahead of Devil in Disguise.
And last time these guys ran, they went in like, what was the fraction?
Oh, it was ridiculous. 24-4, 48-4, which hurt Rojo. It helped the Devil in Disguise because he snuck through on the rail. Rojo had the wide trip. But there's not much between Devil in Disguise and Senor Rojo. But I just think off the top's going to get the lead. I like him to win it. I'm going to go 6, 4, and 7.
I got the same 3 horses. I put Devil in Disguise on top. I was impressed with his race last time. Comes back with a good work on August 22nd in 1:01. I put Rojo in second. As you mentioned, a tough old boy.
He's
always shows up.
Cool horse.
If there's pace to run at, he'll be right there. I put off the top in third. The only thing that scared me off the top was that, he only has one race under his belt. Now he goes long. So that was the only reason I put him in the third spot. I got the same horses. I went 4, 7, 6. In the third, on to the fourth, Fillies and Mares, 4,000, non-3, going 6.5 furlongs. And I went to the 4 here, Moonride of the Mike Anderson barn. Every time she runs for 4,000 in these kind of condition races, she's very tough. Last time she just got beat a half length by Exclusive Girl. Then she up in the 62.50, which is quite a jump up. Against Rachel Run, Haida Guai, Honey, those horses won a lot of races. I mean, Rachel Run's won more this year than any of these fillies have in their careers. So I put Moonride on top. I put the Tenant in the second spot. I thought a very good race behind Zanita Rose last time. When she dropped down to the $4,000 level, she won, comes back into a non-3, didn't show up that day, but comes back with a very good effort on the lead. The Tenant could be the speed horse in here. Could be tough to catch. And I put the Kula Kid, interesting horse here. Craig McPherson claimed her last time, the 27th of June, off Jim Brown. Been off a long time, but Craig's numbers off the claim are very good. He's batting 100% this year. 2 claims, 2 wins, first out. 46 and 4 the other day. One I didn't want to leave off the ticket. Could have put her on top, but I ended up putting her in the third spot. I got 4, 3, and 1.
Yeah, I did put her on top, and I hope Craig can go 3 for 3 off the claim. Just because of her speed, I don't see a pile of speed in here at all. And I think the Kula Kid can get the lead. I'm worried about the 2-month layoff, but I'm hoping Craig can, has the horse.
If anybody
ready.
can do it off a 2-month layoff, it's Craig. He did it with Chief Thundercloud this year. He had
I had a year layoff almost.
Craig does a
great job. The Kula Kid looks to be a solo leader in here, and that's
And the one
Lady
hole-
at War's route speed. The Tenant has some speed. Cassidy Command sometimes is speed. I mean, she's on the lead if it's 23 and change. I think the Kula Kid
don't
is
have
a
her
22
speed,
and
yeah.
1 horse that's going to get the lead. Going to be pretty dangerous to outrun, and if the 2-month layoff doesn't do her in, then
And Keyshawn Bell-Gobin on fire right now
he's just
too.
kicking it right now. I put the 4 horse. I agree with Moonride. That's the logical horse,
Yeah.
and this horse probably will win the money. But I mean, she, as you mentioned, Drew, that anytime she's in for the 4 Gs, she's dangerous. And I put the 5 Cape away and try that one for third. The other Craig McPherson runner, she comes running at times. She's shortening up to 6.5 furlongs, so probably a better distance for her. But I do like the Kula Kid, so I went 1, 4, and 5 to kick off the late pick 4. Only 7 races on the card, so that's the start of your late pick 4. On to race number 5. Got some fillies and mares here. Non-winners at 2 lifetime. Going 6.5 furlongs. I ended up on the 11 horse 4 Feathers.
Yeah.
Looks like the speed of the race. This filly was scratched on August the 7th, so a little concern there.
Was she scratching the gate?
Yeah,
Threw her back in the gate,
that's
yeah.
a concern.
Yeah, well, yeah, I know, it's definitely a concern.
She was scratched, and I'm hoping, hopefully everything's okay. She'd come back to work well. Worked in 101 and change out of the gate, very well last time. And even though she has the 11 hole, she's very fast. I don't think that'll hurt her.
No.
I'm going to try her to win it.
I'd actually rather her in the 11 than like
I'd rather have it
7
there.
or 8 or something where she could
Clear off, and I put the 6 Talipia in for second. I thought a good third place run last time. She has got a little gap in her form. She hasn't been seen since early June, but she has run some very good races, better than most of these. So I'm going to put her in for second, and I put the 9 horse Charming Silver. Not the best position for her, drawing in the 9 hole, but I trust Richard Hamill to get her in some pretty good position. So I went 11, 6, and 9. Not an easy race. I've left a lot of horses out here. Little Blossom's nice. Put Sarah on Easter Sunday. There's some good little fillies in here, and
Cadeo is another one that's dropping down.
It's a very contentious race, but I just think the better horses and positional horses are the 11, 6, and 9.
I went with the 11 as well, 4 Feathers. Just throughout that last race, she dropped down to 4,000 this year. Coming out of the rate, and absolutely crushed
That
him.
has to win this race. She wins that race, she wins.
She wins.
She has to win.
Totally agree. I put Charming Silver in the second spot. An interesting move. They switched to Richard Hamill. Worked on August 24th and 47 and 4. Got the bullet that day. She's obviously got enough talent to,
Made a big wide
this
move
kind of
after
race.
breaking slow last time. She ran a good race, even last time. She ran a winning race, but just had to settle for third.
Yeah, only got beat 2.5 by Chic Bird. Moves to leading rider Richard Hamill. I like that move. And I put Eau Claire de Lune, Charlie Miller's horse in here.
I can see that.
Unlucky loss last time to Queen Militant. Made a nice move and only got beat half a length. Keyshawn Bell-Gomez, as we mentioned, going very well right now too. I went 11, 9, and 8. I'm all on the outside for that.
It's all right.
5th race. On to the 6th, Maiden, 4,000 for 3-year-olds, and up going 6.5 furlongs. And again, I go to the far outside, the 11.
New Jersey.
New Jersey
Way out
Joe.
to
I've
Jersey.
picked him twice for 8,000. I'll go back when he drops in for 4. Leading trainer Mike Anderson, Antonio Reyes aboard. That first race was decent. I'm going to forgive the last one. If he runs back to that first race, that 40 buyer, coming into his third race, I think he's got enough out of those first 2. He should be tight enough now. I like New Jersey Joe. I put the 5, Listo Warrior. Flopped as a chalk last time. Looked like, he could have ran around there backwards and beat that bunch last time and just ran flat. That's why I can't go back to him. I'm just going to put him in the second spot because I don't want to leave him off the ticket. The third spot, I put Secretarian. Claimed off Troy Taylor for 4,000. Only got beat a couple lengths by Fixed Bayonets and Cast Solution that day. They, thought they really hit a home run, claiming him for 4.
Put him in for 2
Tried
bets.
for 25, tried for 60, now back in for 4. Gets Hamill. Got to be competitive here. I went 11, 5, and 9.
I had no idea in this race. This is
Yeah,
one
I
race.
know.
I could sit there for 2 hours and go up and down this race.
All button.
I tried to make the 1 the winner. I couldn't.
Yeah.
Z-Rocket. I tried. Making his first start of the year, just something different. I just wanted something different than. Ended up on the 6 horse, Paz Believin', who's probably the speed of the race.
Yeah.
I don't love the horse. It's just a horse that's might stay out of trouble in an 11 horse field. And if you want these horses that aren't as gifted
Could be
as
gone,
others,
yeah.
you want to be on the lead. You don't want to be laying 7th in between horses, because these horses, that gives them every excuse to not run, and because that's what these horses do, and that's why they're $4,000 horses.
Yeah.
But Paz Believin' with Silvano Morales might be able to get this horse out there, and you know, may never be caught. I put the 5 horse. I agree with Listo Warrior. I don't. You know, this horse has burned some money.
Yeah, I should have won last time. That's why I can't put him on top. Yeah.
It's a tough horse, but maybe the cut back to a sprint will help. And I put the 4 horse. He's a goer. This horse has run 3 starts back behind 3-way trade was good. And then 2 starts ago was wide, and last time was wide, been freshened up, been worked. It has some, you know, not fast works, but just a horse that might be 15-1. That you might want to give a chance to. I as I said off the top, I have no idea who's going to win this race.
My long shot horse.
This is a guess race. It's totally guessing.
So my long shot horse in here actually would be Harrison Hope. The Robbie Anderson barn.
Oh, at least he runs.
He's well bred. He's a finality out of 3/4 time. He's thrown some runners around here, and I kept waiting for him to wake up, and he's just.
I don't know where he showed speed from. All of a sudden he's on the lead last time.
And last time, when he got involved in the race, he ran a good race. He only got beat a couple lengths. So,
this is good.
And he comes back with a nice work August 23rd and 46-4.
So basically, Drew and I know absolutely nothing about race number 6.
I got nothing to add.
I'm going to go 6, 5, and 4. But it is a very difficult race. Definitely a race, if you can afford it, to
take a bunch.
Load up in the late pick 4. On to the 7th and final race, filly and mare maidens for $4,000, going 6.5 furlongs. I do like the 5 horse Got Scotch in here.
Yeah.
A good 3rd place run first time out. Probably asking a little too much to go long last time. Down for 4. You know, she's a 3-year-old late in her season. I mean, it's a time to get winning races with these maidens that haven't run as 2 and 3. You know, early 3-year-olds. I got to take Got Scotch to defeat the 3 Rosalie P, who I think will appreciate the cut back to 6.5 furlongs. She's making some good moves going long. And
she's another one that's getting better, right?
I think she's relaxing well, and I just think she'll come running with a good late kick. And I put the 8 Angels Victory for Darryl Stewart in for 3rd. Another race I didn't follow with anyone, but I do like the 5 Got Scotch. I went 5-3-8.
I agree with you. I liked Got Scotch in her previous 2 races. I liked her the day that she debuted, and she ran a good 3rd behind Catch and Fire and Shayla's Rose, which was not a soft race. Then back in for 12-5 against Anasazi Lass and Rio Hana. Now she goes in for 4. I think she's the horse to beat in here. For jockey Jeff Birmingham and Barb Heads. I put Stormy Cross in 2nd spot. Pat Jarvis is really heating up right now. Her barn's going very good.
Great,
They're running very good. This girl has not shown much yet, and she gets aggressive, puts her right down to the bottom to 4,000. Gets Keyshawn Balgobin, as I mentioned, going great guns right now. And put her in 2nd. The 3rd spot, I went to the 4, Authority Taken, Spud O'Connell's horse in here. Only got beat a length in 3/4 last time by Iriki Princess, a remarkable lady. I think that was a pretty, a tougher maiden 4 than this one. So I'll give her the 3rd spot. Antonio Reyes sticks with her. I went 5, 6, and 4. In the nightcap, that'll do it for our analysis of the Friday night races. Up next on screen will be our picks. Mike, as always, you'll be up first.
Here we go. Back on race number 1. I went to the 3. Miss Heatheridge going to go 3, 5, and 1. I'm going to hoping for a 3-3 daily double. I went with the 3 Katsanova over the 5 Occupy Vancouver and the 4 Overtime. 3rd race went to the 6 off the top. 6-4-7 for me, and a very good 3rd race and the feature race of the day, actually. Then race number 4, the start of the late pick 4. I went to the 1, the Kula Kid, over the 4 Moonride and the 5 Cape Away. Race number 5, I went to the 11 Four Feathers, over the 6 Jalipia, and the 9 Charming Silver. Race number 6, the 6 Paz Believin'. I'm going to go 6-5-4 in race 6. And to close it out, I went to the 5 horse Got Scotch, 5-3-8 for me in the finale.
Up next to be mine. There we go. In the 1st, I went to the 1, Zanita Rose. In the 2nd, I agree with Mike on number 3, Katsanova over the 2 and the 5. In the 3rd, number 4, Devil in Disguise over the 7 and the 6. In the 4th, I went to the 4, Moonride over the 3 and the 1. In the 5th, I agree with Mike on number 11, Way to the Outside for 4 Feathers over the 9 and the 8. In the 6th, I went to the 11 again, New Jersey Joe over the 5 and the 9. And the nightcap, number 5, Got Scotch over the 6 and the 4.
Well, that'll do it for the Friday, August 23rd or 28th edition of Handicappers Corner. Just a reminder that the Sea to Sky Pick 6 carryover will be in excess of 20,000. No, it will be in excess. After the wagering is done, there will be a chance for someone to win between $20,000 and $25,000 if you can be the only winner of the 20-cent Sea to Sky pick 6.
Take all in that 5th race. That's my advice.
Yes, it's a difficult wager, but still, it's worth taking a shot. It's a 20-cent
20
wager.
cent one, exactly. So you can take quite a few horses.
You get some coverage for not a lot of money, but if you're the only winner, you could be taking home $20,000 to $25,000 on the Friday night program. So it should be a lot of fun. If you can't make it out to Hastings during the P&E, please do come out here to the Derby Bar and Grill. We'll have, of course, Hastings on the big screen, lots of simulcasts going on, and great food specials.
And of course, Saturday.
Yes, we got our handicapping
contest. We have our handicapping contest going this Saturday at the Derby Bar and Grill. First race is 12:10. We have 6 races from Saratoga, 6 from Delmar, and of course, the highlight of the day is the 11th race at Saratoga, the Travers featuring American Pharaoh.
That'll be cool. So, yeah, that'll be a lot of fun. So don't forget Saturday here at the Derby Bar and Grill. As Drew mentioned, it's going to be a packed place. I know that the handicapping contests have been a big success, and everyone enjoys them. And no better day than a Travers Day.
Yeah, Friday night at Hastings, Saturday here at the Derby. There's your weekend plan for you.
Our next live card will be next Monday. First race at 4 o'clock. Early post on the Monday, August the 31st. And once again, thanks to everyone for tuning in. On behalf of Drew, we'll see you next time here at Handicappers Corner at the Derby Bar and Grill.